Hey, welcome to my channel and to our week. Is it our fourth week of our challenge? I think it is. So, week 4. But before we go into week 4, let's talk about week 3, self-care. I failed miserably. The closest I came was I bought a magazine when I went to the grocery store and I started looking at it, and then I got sleepy and I stopped and I hadn't finished. Let's see. We went out to eat last night. You can consider that self-care, but I just switched it from tonight to last night because I just didn't feel like it. So maybe I didn't feel like cooking, and so instead of forcing myself, we went out to eat. But I don't really count that because we were going to eat out tonight anyway. So I didn't ever paint my fingernails. I never soaked my feet. Those were the 2 things I wanted to do. I did not do well. How did y'all do? Did y'all do your self-care? I know self-care is so important. It is so important that we take care of ourselves for, we talked about that, our mental health and our physical health, our focus, our energy. But I'll have to count that one me. Didn't do it. What's that from? Not too good. I don't know what that's from. So let me show you. This is my Christmas cup I'm using today. This was in the box of the very first Happy Meal I ever got. This was one of the gifts inside the box. How cool is that? The very first one. 2 years ago? Yeah. So I thought that's pretty cool. Let me get a little sip in honor of my first Happy Meal. So I was at the grocery store. I was at the grocery store getting some coffee. I counted it up. I feel like I got bugs on my windshield or something here. I had a $5 coupon for BJ's. And I had to travel a good ways to get to BJ's. And then you had to walk all the way practically to the back to get to the coffee. Well, Harris Teeter, I hadn't shopped there in a few weeks, but I still look at their sale papers. So I checked out their sale papers. They had their private selection, buy one, get one free. And I happened to like that coffee. So I did the calculations, and it was practically the same, maybe $1 difference. It was so not worth the hassle of going to BJ's to save $1. It may even have been the other way around. It may have been $1 more at BJ's. So I just went to Harris Teeter and picked up, like 6 boxes of it. I don't know, something like that. That'll last me about a week. No, I'm just kidding. 2. No, I'm just kidding. That'll last me a little bit till something else goes on sale anyway. And there were just a couple other things they had on sale. But got my stuff, and she put it in the buggy, and I just started to walk off with my buggy, and this man goes, "Oh, I like your artwork." I'm like, "Well, thank you." So then he started talking. Of course, he had tattoos too. It takes one to know one. It takes somebody with body art to appreciate somebody with body art. I know some of you don't have it, and you do appreciate it, but in general, one appreciates the other. You know what I mean? Because some people don't like it at all. It offends some people that I have tattoos when I didn't put them on them, so I don't get the offense. I really don't. I don't understand why it matters what's on my body if I didn't lay you down and force you to put it on your body. But that's neither here nor there. That's not even why we're here. But I was going to tell you, he was just talking about, he loved her. I said, well, she's kind of like my favorite anyway. And so we stood there talking a little bit, and I showed him, I had this whole thing right here. He goes, ooh, he goes, that was probably the pain. I'm like, well, the worst was like around the collarbone. I said, but none of the rest of it. He said he showed me his latest one he had gotten, and I said the longest I've ever sat pure tattooing time was 5.5 hours. Pure tattooing time. he would take a smoke break or we'd take a potty break or something, but just straight on tattooing was 5.5 hours. Holly beat me by 6. She went 6 hours, so she beat me by a half hour. So he said, "They say women can take the pain better than men." I says, his wife was standing there. I looked at her. I said, "Because we have babies." He said, "That's exactly right. If y'all can have a baby, y'all can get a tattoo." I'm like, "You better know it." Tattoos, listen, I'll take a tattoo any day over the pain of birth because both of mine were natural. One intended to be, and one just by virtue of the fact that the epidural didn't take. So they were both natural and they both hurt like the dickens. So I'll take a tattoo any day, which I have a new one scheduled the last week of December. Because I got one empty spot right here. Can't have it. Let's see. Oh, I got some right there too. Oh, I'm excited. I didn't realize I had that. Listen, if my legs wasn't prone to swelling, I would start working on my legs, but I just can't do that with my swelling and everything. Anyway, so we're here for this challenge. I almost forgot about it. I've been sitting back here all morning working on Christmas gifts, making some Christmas gifts, and I went in there to do something, and I'm like, what day is this? This is Sunday. We're supposed to talk about our new challenge today. This challenge was an idea from Sparkly Susan. I know y'all know Sparkly Susan. She said intentions. Let's make up. Let's not make up. Let's pick, let's choose, let's decide on 2 intentions. 2 things we intend on accomplishing every day. So every day, pick 2 things that you have the intention of accomplishing. Doesn't have to be the same thing every day. One of mine is going to be the same thing every day. It's going to be tracking because I suck at tracking. I just do. I always have from day one. Have never done good at tracking. Simply Feeling helps me not to have to track a lot, but I'm not even tracking what little points I do eat. I'm not even tracking those. So one of my intentions is going to be to track. I put down here some different areas in our life that we can pick an intention for. It can be weight loss. It can also be our relationships. Our home, homemaking, our job. So in our relationship, we could have the intention of saying, maybe you don't say I love you every day. Some people don't. It's just implied by how you act, what you do. Maybe you want to verbally say I love you every day. Maybe you want to do a random act of kindness for your spouse or significant other every single day, 1 day a week, twice a week. Maybe you want to take over the other person's chores. Say their chores to take out garbage because that's just what they do. That's what David does. I could say, well, I'm going to take out the trash for you. Those are kind of things that you can pick in your relationship. You could say, I'm going to write a letter. I could write David a letter. He wouldn't read it. But I could write him one. He might listen to it if I read it to him. Although he did get a card. And, well, he got more than one card. He did read those. I will give him that. He did read those. And he appreciates it. For those of you that send him cards, he really does appreciate it. He really does. I do too. So there are things that you can do in your relationship. Then in your homemaking, just say the things you do in your homemaking. What if one of your intentions is to learn how to bake bread? Maybe that won't come in 1 day, but maybe you're going to give it a shot in 1 day. Maybe 1 day your intention is to learn to bake a loaf of bread. Maybe your intention is to, I don't want to say clean up. If you don't clean up, that sounds like I don't clean like I should clean. Why should I sit here and lie to y'all? I don't clean like I should clean because I can't physically do it like I used to could, and then I don't feel like it, and then I just feel like, why bother? So you can't eat off my floor. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You can live in my house. You're not gonna sneeze your head off from dust. I keep it dusted and vacuumed, but you can't eat off my floor. I don't get down and scrub, and I don't, do all that kind of stuff. Maybe my intention, one of my intentions, well, I can't get down and scrub, so I can't use that one. Let's see. Maybe it could be I'm going to do a deep clean this week in just one room. Just one room. I'm going to just dust everything down, reorganize, purge if I need to. Maybe that's an intention. That can make you feel good about yourself because you get, my belly is just a growling. I don't know if y'all can hear that on this camera. Maybe your intention is to cook a meal when you had planned on not cooking a meal. Maybe you were going to have sandwiches, but you decide, well, let me just go ahead and cook something healthy. So there's lots of things in our homemaking area that we could have intentions for. And what was next? Our jobs. Well, y'all's jobs. If y'all got a job, I don't have a job. I used to have a job. But if you do in your job, maybe your intention is to go the extra mile one day. Maybe you don't typically go the extra mile. You do your job and you go home. And that's probably fine because that's what you get paid for. So maybe one day your intention is to let me do a little something extra. Like RJ says, the more you do, the more they want you to do. I'm like, yep, they do. That's how it works. That's how the world works. When they learn you can do something, then they want to push you even further and make you do more. But I was always raised, you do the best you can do. You don't just get by. You do the best you can do. Mama said, if you're a ditch digger, then you be the best daggum ditch digger you can be. That's how I was raised. So maybe you just want to give it a little extra step. Maybe you want to stay 5 minutes for free just to help a coworker. Maybe they're like swamped and you can't get overtime, but you're going to gift them a half hour to help them get out of the swamp they're in. That's something you could have an intention to do. So a lot of these intentions, they don't have to just be about our weight loss. In our weight loss, if that's what you're concerned with and none of these other things, your intention is to track. Your intention is to drink water. Your intention is to stay within your points. Your intention is to stay away from XYZ, fill in the blank. Your intention is to exercise. Your intention is to look up new recipes that fit into your points. Those are the kind of things that we can work on in our weight loss. And the other areas, those are things that we still can work on ourselves to better ourselves, which when we feel good about ourselves, we in turn want to not act better. Well, we do want to act better. We want to work on our weight loss journey a little bit better. When we feel better about ourselves, it makes us want to do better for ourselves. And then also when we help others, that should give us the good feeling back to where, okay, now I feel good about myself in this area. Let me work even harder in my weight loss area to get to the goal I want to get to. So all these things we intend to do, that we have the intention to do, have the capabilities, the possibilities, there's another word I'm looking for, of making us feel better about ourselves, in turn making us try to do better for ourselves. So that's a perfect weight loss tool, is to think up 2 intentions every day. Like I said, you can do the same 2 every single day for the whole week. It's going through Monday through next Sunday. So if you want to do the same 2 ones every day, that's fine. One of mine every day is going to be tracking. I don't know what my other one's going to do. I've got to study on that. So if you want to, down in the comment section, let me know what you intend to do. And let's try to do better on this than we did self-care. Because I know some of y'all, I know some of y'all was no better with self-care than I was, because we're just not that kind of people. We're just not the people that does stuff for ourselves out of the ordinary for whatever reason. We just don't, because we're busy with other stuff, because we're lazy, because we're tired, because we don't feel like it, because it's not important to us. But we need to learn and make it important. So that's it for the self-care. Now, for the intentions, let me know what you intend to do if you have any clue. And throughout the week, any little videos I put, if you want to mention that you have accomplished an intention, then do that. You don't have to just comment on this video and stop. You can comment on any of my videos with any subject that you want to, or email me or message me or whatever you want to do. So that is our challenge for this week. 2 intentions you plan on doing every day. Let's see if we can do it. I think we can. I think we can. So I will see you. I'm not sure. Maybe Tag Tuesday. I'm thinking David's going to be back. This one is Roy's. It's his birthday. What's today's date? He said his birthday was the 5th. I don't even know what today's date is. I've got to look it up and see. Happy birthday, Roy. What is today's date? Hold on, I got to look. It's December the 5th. It's Roy's birthday. Recipes with Roy. Happy birthday, Roy. So he made up the questions for this week all about birthdays. I don't know how I'm going to do, because this old memory is about fried. Sometimes I think of things to tell y'all. Here lately, I feel like I ain't thought of nothing. It's like my memory has just got worse. Things just ain't popped into my head. But hopefully me and Mr. Smooth will be back for Tag Tuesday. Fingers crossed. I think he's feeling up to it. We'll see. We'll see. So that's probably when I'll see you next. And well, that's all I know. I hope you've had a good weekend. Get on those intentions, and I will see you in my next video.